Today we're going to be doing spaghetti with mussels and scallops in kind of a spicy tomato sauce. So I'm going to run down our shopping list here. We got some fresh mussels from our guy at the farmer's market. Same thing with our scallops. I already had a little bit of homemade tomato sauce that I'm going to be using for this one. You could easily do jarred tomato sauce here or your own if you want to go ahead and do that. We're going to be using some white wine. This is an unoaked Chardonnay. I've got about a half a cup of diced onion, about a little over a cup of diced bell pepper, 3 cloves of garlic. Usually you can go ahead and just use crushed red pepper here, but we're at the farmer's market today and we saw these red chilies. We thought they looked really cool, so we're going to go ahead and use those. And just basic spaghetti, and that's about it. Let's get started. We're going to do our garlic sliced thin, not diced, just sliced thin. We're going to get started out. I already put a pot of salted water on to boil. All of our ingredients are prepped, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on our big saute pan here to medium-high. I'm going to put in a few glugs of olive oil around the pan. We're going to need a lot, so don't be skimpy there. Right? And we're going to let that heat up. So our oil's nice and hot. We're going to put in our bell peppers. Our diced onion. Oop. A couple stragglers there. Then we've got our thinly sliced garlic, and if you're doing crushed red pepper at home, it's about half a teaspoon. I just chopped up what I thought looked about appropriate based on what we've done before. We're just going to go right ahead and do that. You can always adjust the heat later on too, so start with a little bit less than you think you might want. You can always throw a little bit more in at the end, but you can't take it away, so be careful with that. We're going to dice up some of these hydroponic tomatoes we got at the farmer's market. I'm going to use about 2 of these in the sauce. Depends on what size they are. These are pretty big, so 2 should be enough. We've been sauteing this for several minutes now. You can see the peppers are starting to get a little bit golden brown. The onion is translucent. Just make sure you don't want to cook it so much that the garlic burns. It shouldn't, because they're sliced instead of diced, so you can let it cook a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our cup of tomato sauce. We're going to add 1 cup of white wine. Give that a good stir. We just put in a whole bunch of cold stuff right now, so before we put in our mussels and our scallops, we're going to want to let that come to a boil. So I've got my mussels that I've already scrubbed and rinsed. We're just going to put those right into our boiling sauce. And we're also going to go ahead and put the scallops in now too. Just about a pound of mussels and about a half pound of scallops. Should be more than enough for about 3 people. And what we're just going to do now, I'm going to give those a stir. And we're just going to put the cover on. And that's probably going to take about 5 or 6 minutes until those mussels open right up and the scallops turn that nice white color, so you know that they're done. All of our mussels and scallops are done now. You can tell the scallops are nice and white. They're pretty firm to the touch. All of our mussels have opened. If you get any mussels that aren't opening, looks like all of ours have. If you get any mussels that don't open though, you're going to want to go ahead and pitch those out because they're no good. So that's an important food safety tip there. So next step, we're going to just let this finish cooking down a little bit, and then we're going to throw in our spaghetti. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go ahead and taste my sauce to see where we're at here with the seasonings. Good. It's got a nice little, it's got a good spice to it. Just gonna add a little bit of salt. Toss that around one more time to get it incorporated. That's burner's off now. And then I've already cooked and drained my spaghetti to al dente. I'm just going to use my tongs, my spoon. Toss that all together. And there we go. Mussels and scallops with a spicy white wine tomato sauce. So here's our finished meal. Cooking with shellfish is super easy. They cook really quick. Usually the one thing you have to worry about is usually overcooking them, not undercooking them. So be brave, give it a shot. It's really simple. You can make something really delicious.